So, in my opinion, there are two things you need to level up your vlogs. And two of these things are going to fix what is wrong with this video right now. If you can guess what they are, then you're already a step ahead. So let's get into it. Hello and welcome to 2026. I hope everyone had a good Christmas and had a very happy new year. And I apologise for being away for so long. It's been a crazy month and a bit. I've recently had some surgery and we've been on holidays, obviously, so it's been a bit crazy, but I am hoping that I am back now with regular videos coming out. The new year is here, so hopefully it will be more consistent from me. But yeah, I hope you all had a very good Christmas and a good New Year's. And I'd like to start this year off with a video about the two things that you need to level up your vlogs. So a lot of people would probably say you need a good camera. Well, I think most people would forgive you for having not the perfect picture, but for a lot of people, they won't forgive you for bad audio. So audio is really important. It's the second piece of the puzzle, right? You've got your image and then you've got your audio. If you don't have good audio, people won't tune into you properly, they won't pay attention, they won't listen. So my advice would be is to get yourself a wireless microphone. It's one of the best investments that you can make if you are starting to vlog. It helps get your point across to your audience more clearly, and it just makes it a better viewing experience for everybody. So right now I'm recording this with my Sony camera and the DJI Mic 3. This is the 32-bit float audio, and this is what it sounds like on the internal audio of the camera, and as you can see, there's quite a bit of a difference. And there will be even more of a difference if you say you go outside and do this. You're going to get a lot of ambient noise from outside, and if you go into a crowd, it's going to be very hard to hear your own voice when there's other people around you. It's pink. See the seats?
Pink. I like it.
I could see myself in this.
With the pink seats?
Not so much. I think we found our next car. What do you think? And of course, if you have a wireless microphone, you can do cool things like this. This is like so weird. This steering wheel feels like it's a Logitech steering wheel, something you'd play with on Forza with. And now, how do you open the door? I don't know how to get out. I'm trying to find a door handle. Ah! Automatic doors. Oh, very cool. So as you can see, if you have a wireless microphone connected to your camera, you don't have to be physically close to the camera. You can be far away, depending on the distance of your microphone. You can be in another room even. You can be further away, and it's just handy to have that sort of freedom. All right, this is the DJI Mic 3. This is about 5 meters away. Now we are 15 meters away. Now we are 20 meters away, and it seems to still be connected. 25 meters, 30 meters, 35 meters. There's no way it's still connected, is it? How can that be? 40 meters. I am now 50 meters away from the camera, and if this is still picking up the microphone, that is freaking amazing. 50 meters away. I don't know who needs to be 50 meters away from their camera if they're recording, but the option is there. So what options are out there? Well, obviously you've got the DJI Mic 3, which is what I personally use. It's one of the best microphones, wireless microphones out there at the moment. You can do 32-bit float audio. It connects directly to the DJI cameras. It comes with a receiver that you can connect to a DSLR. And if you buy a combo, it'll probably cost you around $300. It is expensive, but again, it's the best option out there at the moment. So you've got the DJI Mic 3 here. This combo will typically cost around probably $300 US. Oops. Again, it comes with 2 microphones. It comes with a receiver that you can connect to your DSLR. It's got all sorts of options like noise reduction in noisy environments. You can change the tone of your voice. Again, you've got 32-bit float recording, so it's one of the highest audio formats you can get. And you don't have to necessarily go for the DJI Mic 3. You can go a bit cheaper and get the Mic Mini 2, which is also a fantastic microphone. And you don't even have to necessarily go with DJI. Another brand that also makes fantastic wireless microphones is Hollyland. Now this model is the Hollyland Lark M2S. So you've got the Hollyland Lark M2S, and you can just clip it on your shirt here like that. And that audio is also fantastic. It doesn't have internal recording, so just note that. It does come with this receiver here that you can plug in to your camera. But yeah, it's a lot cheaper, and the audio quality is fine. But again, it doesn't have the option to, say, Bluetooth the microphone directly to a camera. You will need to connect it to this receiver here, and that transmits the audio to your camera. So now what you're hearing is the DJI Mic 3, which is connected to my Osmo Action 6 via the Bluetooth function. And this is the Hollyland Lark M2S, which is connected to my Sony camera via the receiver. There is no Bluetooth option for the Hollyland series of microphones, so you will have to connect through a receiver. Tell me what you think about the audio. Does the DJI Mic 3 sound better, or does the Hollyland Lark M2S sound better? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to, you can also plug this receiver in to your phone. It's got the USB-C connector, and you can transmit audio that way. You've also got options like the Hollyland Lark M2, which is a model I believe before this one. There's plenty of options out there, and you don't have to go the wireless microphone route. You can also do a shotgun mic, but of course you're not going to have the freedom you would with a wireless microphone. You will have to keep a certain distance from the camera with a shotgun mic, because you will lose a little bit of volume. So overall, I would suggest to get yourself a wireless microphone. Another option some people use that don't want to spend any extra money is they'll use their phones. Most phones come with some kind of internal audio recording software, and they will just use the phone. They'll hold it up to their face and they will record. This is done by not most, but some influencers. This is how they get their good audio. They don't use any wireless microphones. They just use their phone, and they might be interviewing someone and they'll ask them a question and then they'll go like this. So they kind of treat it like a handheld microphone, but this is also an option. Obviously it doesn't sound as good, but you can use this if you'd like. It is bulky to carry around with. It's not something that I would personally use because I don't want to be holding a thing the whole time. So I'm not going to use that. I would much rather just have a wireless microphone clipped on my shirt and use it that way. It's very handy. So yeah, get yourself a wireless microphone because it will level up your vlogs. It will make them much better to watch, much more enjoyable, because the last thing you want to do is record whatever you want to record and people can't hear you. People can't understand you. People say in the comments, turn up the audio. You don't want that sort of thing to happen. Now the second thing that you want for your vlogs is some form of stabilization. People don't want to watch a video that's shaky and all over the place and could potentially make them sick. I know when I personally watch like vlogs or videos on YouTube that are too shaky, I immediately swipe away because I can't watch stuff like that. I get sick easily. So these two clips that you're looking at now, side by side, one of them is with stabilization and the other is without. And as you can tell, the one without it's a hard watch. Now the clips that you just watched are actually filmed on the DJI Osmo Action 6, and I didn't use a gimbal for them. I actually used the built-in image stabilization software. So with some cameras, you don't actually have to spend any extra money on, say, a gimbal to make your footage stable. Some cameras have the option in the software to stabilize the image without a gimbal. Now these two clips that you're seeing right now, these ones are shot on my Sony. You can probably tell because the quality is a lot better. But I'm actually, in one of the clips, you'll see that it's more stable than the other, but I actually wasn't using a gimbal for that. I actually used just the inbuilt image stabilization in the camera. And this Sony camera isn't known for its inbuilt stabilization. But as you can see, it makes a huge difference. Now, when it comes to your DSLRs, they're quite sizable, right? So you could go out and you could buy yourself a humongous gimbal. This is the DJI RS4 Mini, and this thing costs a fair bit of money. You could go out and get one of these and you could get some fantastic shots. It's gonna cost you, but the shots would be amazing. They're fully stabilized, but obviously it's cumbersome, right? It's big, it's bulky. You don't want to have to carry this thing around all the time. I mean, can you imagine going out into town with this, holding it out like that and vlogging? I mean, fair game. You can do that if you want. Something probably, I don't really do that much. I've done it, but I don't do it often. But again, if you'd like to, you can do that. It's up to you, but it will cost you money. So sometimes using the built-in image stabilization software in the camera itself is fine. So what options are out there? Depends on the camera that you use. Obviously, like I just said, if you've got a DSLR, you can buy something like this, DJI RS Mini 4 or RS4 Mini, whatever it is. For phones, you've got typical ones like your DJI Osmo Mobile. The latest one is 8. Or the Insta360 Flow series of gimbals. They're also good. Both are great options. With action cameras, there are gimbals that you can buy that you can use with the action camera that are meant for phones. Sometimes they do fit action cameras, but I think most people stick with the inbuilt image stabilization for these action cameras. They all come with it. The only downside when using the inbuilt stabilization is sometimes when the shutter speed is too low, you'll get the jittery effect, especially if you're walking and talking, and you'll see in the background that there will be little micro jitters because your shutter speed will probably be too low and it doesn't pair well with the image stabilization software on the camera. But that's where a physical gimbal would come in handy. And also if you use the physical gimbal, you would also get a wider field of view because the image doesn't have to crop in to get that image stabilization. And then of course you have your Osmo Pocket series of cameras. Now, this is a camera and a gimbal in one. They are fantastic little cameras with 3-axis gimbals. They give you the best stabilization and best image quality for a small camera. This is the Osmo Pocket 2. I actually never upgraded to the Pocket 3, which I regret because it was a very big upgrade, but this one has always served me very well. And I can only imagine what the Osmo Pocket 3 was like, but I will definitely be picking up the Osmo Pocket 4. And these cameras are pricey because they're obviously a gimbal and camera in one. But it's a very popular option with a lot of vloggers because it's pocketable, hence the Osmo Pocket name, and the stabilization is amazing because it's a physical gimbal and the image picture is out of this world. It's fantastic. Now, just as a bonus, if you decide to get yourself a little action pocketable camera like Insta360 Go Ultra, you got your DJI Nano, you've got the Osmo Action 6, get yourself a stick. These things make your footage look much better. You can get a lot of different angles and it just clicks on like that, extend the pole, and you can get great distance from you and the lens. You can capture more of you can frame up more of your background. You can get everything in it. It's highly advisable, and you can get great camera angles with it as well. You can get some really creative shots, and it's a much nicer experience to be able to just hold the stick and film rather than just raw dogging it with your hands. You know what I mean? It's not, your hand could get in the way of the shot, in front of the lens. It's a nicer experience. Anyway, I hope this video helped you. If it did, please give me a like. Subscribe if you'd like. That really helps. I'm at over 100 subscribers if you watch my last video, so that's very exciting. YouTube sent me this lovely official plaque for me. It is definitely not made of cardboard, it's official, so thank you, YouTube. I hope to see you in the next video. I will be having more content come out, so stay tuned for it. Okay, and that'll do.